All right, guys, so I know I'm late to the party, and DJI doesn't send me these things for free. I'm not part of their embargo deals or anything like that. So when I have the ability, I get the stuff and then I create the content for you guys. But this is essentially my unboxing and first impressions of the DJI MIC 2. Let's take a look at what you get with it and why I decided to upgrade. So it looks like an instruction guide and some stickers and one of these little thingy things. We'll throw all this to the side real quick. And right off the rip, let's cut this off. Right off the rip, you can see this new travel case that it comes in, and I think this is pretty cool. I'm not sure what material it's made out of, but it's got a nice little handle here. And I'm going to obviously assume that every single thing that you need with this kit is inside here. So let's open it up and see what's going on. Nice. So let's take out the kit first. And then we have another one of these little things for moisture. I'm not sure what this is. This looks like one of the little dead cat things, and yep, that's exactly what it is. So in the kit you're gonna get two of these. Looks like these are the two right here. Perfect. Looks like you get a USB-C charging cable, and the only other thing that looks like comes in here is it's a right angle 3.5 to 3.5 millimeter jack, and this is just what you use to connect the transmitter to your camera. So let's throw that to the side as well. I have a ton of lav mics that I have and some like audio adapters so I can stick it into XLR. Having a case like this is going to make it real easy for me to make sure that everything that I need audio wise is all in the same thing. I think I might even be able to fit like my timecode tentacle sync stuff in here. So I really like this part, DJI. Great idea. So let's open this up. You guys know how I feel about stickers. Immediately taking that off. Now for first impression, before we open it up, it's definitely a stronger feeling case. It's a lot smoother than the previous model. It's in gray instead of black, but pretty much if we look around it, it's the same type of design. We have an area to charge it right here. We have our charge indicators at the front, and it looks like this time there's a latch here that you have to press in to actually open it. Nice. So immediately you're greeted by everything that's in the kit. So you get two receivers. This is essentially what you put on your Talon or yourself or whatever, and you record the audio using these things. So you get two of those with this kit that I got. And then you get one transmitter, which is what sends the signal from your camera to these guys. So, and two other little things that come in the kit here is a adapter for USB-C, and we'll talk a little bit more about this later, but it's essentially what allows you to connect the camera to a phone or any other USB-C device. And there's also a Thunderbolt option. So this is for like those older iPhones. I use the 15 Pro Max, so I literally have no use for this anymore. Whoops. And inside the case is not any different than what it was before. It has the slots for you to fit both of the receivers and the slot for you to fit the transmitter, and that's about it. Only difference is, like I said, it has this little clamp now, so if this actually falls, instead of everything falling out of it, this clamp will help prevent it from opening. Now for the price that you pay for these, there's one thing that I wish they included with the carry case, and it was an actual lav mic. If you guys have no idea what a lav mic is, it's pretty much one of those things that you would use to plug into the receiver and then plug it on, and then like clip it onto your shirt or whatever so that you don't actually see this. It's a little bit more discreet. I know they have a new one, but it's not included with it. You have to buy that separately. Other than that, the unboxing experience is pretty straightforward, very similar to what we got from the first version. So my first impressions on this kit is it's very, very well built. This case, like I said, is a lot harder than what it was previously. The other one felt like some kind of carbon fiber or something. This almost feels like metal. Like if you hit somebody with this, it can actually do some damage. And just from an overall look, like I feel like the receivers, although they are now this see-through, shiny material, I think it looks cool, like being able to see some of the internals of the mic or whatever, but for practicality, I did like the other one better because it was like a matte finish. This is highly reflective now, so depending on how the light actually hits it, it might glare in your video or something like that, and for some people that might not be the look that they're going for. So it looks cool, but I don't think it's very practical. The other thing here that I'm noticing is these little magnets, and if you did use the previous DJI option, you know that these magnets were there before, and essentially what this allows you to do is connect the mic to yourself or talent by connecting it via these magnets, so that it's a little less discreet and you know, a little more professional looking, if you ask me. So some of the major pros about the version 2 over the version 1 is the 32-bit float option. Now, if you've never heard of 32-bit float before, it essentially allows you to capture audio that's either, you know, extremely high or extremely low in terms of what it's recorded at. And instead of it clipping or being too low to recover, with 32-bit float, you get a higher dynamic range essentially that allows you to bring it back from the dead. And this is a very welcome feature on any audio recorder that I use personally, just because I wouldn't consider myself a professional audio recorder by any means, but in a quick pinch when I need to, you know, take a mic and throw it on somebody, let's say a wedding or something like that, I have the confidence of knowing no matter how softly they speak or how loudly they speak at any point, I can still keep those levels relatively normal so that I can actually use it for what I'm doing. Another new feature about these mics is the noise canceling option. So this is something that, like I said before, it might not be something that you use every day, but in certain situations, like if you're outside in a busy street, or if you're at I don't know, maybe you're at home recording yourself and you have a baby crying or a loud wife or just something crazy like that, with the noise canceling option, you can record everything you need to record. It'll cancel out all the noises that's not your voice and still give you something that you can use that sounds professional and clean. And to enable this feature is pretty simple. You just hit that power button. You feel a little vibration. It'll turn into this yellow flashing light. And if you want to turn it back off, you hit that power button one more time and it'll go back to green. Very simple, very straightforward. Let's talk about this carry case. Now, I love the fact that DJI decided to make it like this because now I can fit everything in it. And like I said before, I have a lot of lav mics, I have some adapters, I have some tentacle sync options for time code. There's just so many different little things that I have that's all related to my audio. And now I have the ability to put all of that in this one case and take it with me anywhere I go. And for me personally, and anybody else that deals with a lot of cables, you'll know how easy it is to misplace certain things or forget them or whatever. With something like this, it ensures that it's never going to happen again. Now, something about these newer mics on the market right now that I totally appreciate, I can't tell you how many times my bacon has been saved from just this feature alone. There's so many times when you'll hook up, let's say, a bride or a groom at a wedding, and they walk and go somewhere that might be out of range of the transmitter, and you lose that signal. Or maybe, I don't know, there's just a lot of interference in the room that you're in and you just lose that signal. With something that gives you internal recording, it guarantees no matter what happens in the environment that you're in, that there will always be a safe recording on the receiver itself. I will even go so far and say if the mic doesn't have this in 2024, I wouldn't even touch it. And just to touch on that internal recording one more time, it gives you up to 14 hours of internal recording. So on any given day, you're gonna have more than enough internal memory on these things to get through an entire production day. These mics are also gonna give you about 8 hours of standalone battery life. And if you combine it with the actual carry case, which charges it, you get up to about 18 hours of use. These have enough battery capacity to last the entire day. Now finally, they give you about 250 meters of range, which is absolutely a lot. Now if you want to be fair, that 250 meters is within line of sight. So if you start running into walls or you're going through anything or they turn their back or anything like that, it could definitely drastically affect that range. Now there are a couple of things about these mics that I didn't absolutely love. And I mean, although I don't love them, they're extremely small issues to deal with. The first con for me is, yes, you do have the ability to connect these to your phone using Bluetooth, but that audio quality that you actually get from it sounds a little off, right? And I mean, Yes, you will have the ability to adjust it in post. It's just something to think about if you're moving really quickly and maybe you don't have the time to actually edit the audio in post. Just keep in mind that it's not actually going to be as good as if you plug it directly into your phone. The other thing was this transparent design. Like I said before, it looks really cool. I mean, it's futuristic, yada, 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 great, but it's very reflective. If you hit this thing with light at the right angle, it's going to reflect, and it could be pretty distracting if you ask me. Another thing that I also included with the Pros, but it's a bit of a problem, is the hot shoe adapter. Great idea including it on the transmitter, but this hot shoe does not fit on all cold shoe mounts, and I don't know why. There's somewhere it's really snug, and then there's somewhere it's just loose and it'll just fall out. So if any of you guys have any ideas of how we can fix this, please leave it in the comments below, because it's annoying. Now for me personally, I don't think I'm going to be going anywhere ever again without some type of wireless kit system like this in my bag. And because of all the little features that's included with this kit, this is just something that just was a no-brainer for me. I plan on picking up one more complete kit like this just so I can record up to 4 people at a time. Now the question is, should you buy these? If I'm going to be completely honest with you, if you have the previous version or you have access to the previous version in terms of purchasing it, you'd be totally fine with the version 1. But if you are trying to gain a couple of those new tricks like the 32-bit flow, maybe some of that Bluetooth option and the noise canceling, then yes, this is a no-brainer in terms of if you should buy it or not. If you guys like this video, make sure you go ahead and give me a big thumbs up so that the algorithm can pick this video up and share it with more people. It's a small click for you, but it makes a huge difference for this channel. If you are interested in purchasing this exact kit or any of its variations, or if you're interested in maybe the version 1, I will be leaving all of those links in the description below. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. I do want to say thank you again for taking your time to watch this video with me. And as always, remember to look, learn, and share. Take it easy, guys. Peace.